Hello everyone, and a massive victory. I'm so happy, and I have to say the biggest thing right now I'm very relieved what's really happened. I'm really relieved, and this is a massive victory today. So guys, please do like, do subscribe, and do stay because each of your support to me really means a lot. It really means a lot, and your support will always go a long way in helping me because this is a massive victory, and we have a lot to discuss right now. So guys, first of all, starting on the victory, this win is massive, and I'm really getting over it. I'm not exaggerating it. This win is massive because this was more about the character and getting the job done. Because if we did not win the game, the negativity and everything would have been absolutely off the charts. Like media is onto us for the spending, the rivals are onto us. The whole media would have killed us if we drop points in this match, and it would have got so negative so quickly. Bad report after bad report, and this was a massive win. And especially for Jadon Sancho to come in and show his capabilities, what a debut! And Nkunku, a guy people are talking about. Why did Chelsea sign Nkunku? Where does Nkunku fit? For him to come in and get the goal and a substitute bench that showed the attacking quality Chelsea have got, our bench which showed what we are capable of, and why this Chelsea attack is still something we can do some really good things this season. This was massive. The performance was not good by any stretch. I'm not taking that away. We have still some things to be concerned about. We have some things to improve upon, and I'm not taking that away. But the victory was the most important thing today, getting the points on the table, 7 points from 4 games. The only defeat being against Manchester City. Is a fine start of the season. We have Nottingham Forest, West Ham, Southampton coming up. And if we can continue this and get the victories, we can go on a very good stretch and really start a good form and momentum and building some positive vibes because today was really important. Starting off with the match, it was not good. Like, let's be honest, it was not good. From the first minute, Bournemouth had the first corner kick on like second minute in the game, and that was not good. And the start of the match was not good. They hit the bar, and Bournemouth were by far the better side. They were having better transitional play. They were really good attackingly. When we were not making really good passes, Fofana in the start was not really good. Disasi was absolutely awful, and we were losing the ball and not good. Then we slowly grew into the game. Palmer Meduke grew into the game. But sadly, it didn't really work out. Like Meduke was missing the final touches, but was really good. But in the final output was not there. And the first half was a poor one. Second half, the manager made the right changes. Neto, I think we have to give Neto time. And again and again, I keep on saying to all you guys that Chelsea attack more from the right side and the left side is left isolated. This is something we need to find solution for because we are wasting the talent of a player like Pedro Neto if we are leaving you isolated. Most things happen through right because Palmer, Meduke, and Jackson all combine, and Neto is absolutely left isolated. The manager again, I'm so happy. The manager is really proactive. He doesn't wait. Like this is the a bit of gripe I have with the managers like Potter or Pochettino. They used to wait till 80 minutes to make substitutions. This man is proactive. He makes the right substitution. He goes for it. And then he made the right substitution, brought Sancho on quickly, and Sancho made a magnificent impact. And Sancho had a sensational debut. And I keep on saying, people are saying, oh, Chelsea is signing anyone that's available. They're paying the money. This is what's called when you're not doing your job and with knowledge and punditry with knowledge. Chelsea knew what they were getting with Sancho. He was a glue in the system. He was going to fit the system like an absolute glove. And this is why I was happy with the signing. But this is a man who keeps the ball nicely, who knows how to continue the play, and he's a very good technical player, Jadon Sancho. A really good signing. I was so happy with this signing, and he showed his quality on the pitch because the biggest thing he provided in difference to Pedro Neto was to keep the hold of the ball, to bring the other players into the play, to slow down a bit of pace of the game, to bring us a bit of control and his intelligence on the ball. He brought Cucurella more into the game. He brought Jackson more into the game. And suddenly Chelsea had better link up. And suddenly we were looking much more dangerous. Then the manager again made the right change. I was begging for Disasi to be brought off. And I was begging for Tossin to come on. The manager made the right change again. He brought Tossin on. He got Disasi off, put Fofana on the right, and Chelsea defensively became really strong. And after that, as the match really went on, we were defensively solid. We weren't giving much thing away. Then Nkunku came on. Sancho did well and was put in the back of the net and the job done. First of all, I have to say Robert Sanchez deserves a massive credit. The penalty save and so many other saves in the game, he was magnificent. Now that doesn't take away from the poor sweeping work he had today because of his horrific, but the saves were very important. And again, the main job of a goalkeeper is to make the saves, and he saved us because at halftime it could have been 2-0 Bournemouth and we could have been job done and dusted. So big work to Robert Sanchez and then sensational debut from Jadon Sancho. I'm taking some comments, guys, before we go to the next topic. Please like, please subscribe, and share your opinion in the live chat because, guys, it really, really means a lot. I'm a Chelsea fan myself, and I love to do all these shows, so it really means a lot. And Jackson is really a number 9, missing 2 one-on-one chances, and Kuku needs to. The problem is, see, it goes one way. Nicholas Jackson link up is really important, bro. I understand your point, and yes, Jackson is not clinical, bro. But again, the reality is that Jackson is a better box striker than Nkunku, but Nkunku is a better finisher. So that's where Chelsea struggle. This is why I wanted Chelsea to sign Duran, but I can't keep coming here and crying. Aston Villa were asking for too much money. Chelsea thought it was not worth it. And in the end, see, we can say all we want, even we do not think Duran will be this good. So again, it goes one way or other. I still trust the scouts. The reality is we at least should have got someone available on the bench to say something. And that's something we have made a mistake in. But again, there's no point crying about it. What's gone, that's gone. Jackson needs to start being clinical because he's a really good striker. I love him to bits. But in front of the box, he's not really that good. And that is the only concern I've got regarding Nicholas Jackson. Sancho was this is the one. Sancho was good one-on-one always taking on defender. Neto right wing. Again, Neto is good on the left wing as well, but he will only work on the left wing if Chelsea provide him with some overlap or a full back that's going to link up with him. See, in reality, Neto is naturally right winger. He has never been a properly goal scorer. He has always been a creator who creates chances for his teammates. That needs a link up. And the problem with Chelsea is our attacking fullback in this game was Cucurella and he was inverted. So he had no one to link up with. He was actually left isolated. He had no link up play with Jackson, and that was a problem. While on the other hand, Palmer Jackson have a very good understanding with each other because they play with each other for a long time. Mediuke Palmer have a very good understanding. And this is why, guys, I keep on saying when these things happen, you need to give players time because Neto has just now come in the dressing room. You have to give him time before you start asking him to give performances. He's still learning. He's still understanding and creating a bond with his teammates. They're still getting to know where to be, where to make that be with each position. So that is something, guys, we need to give it time. And being too rash in that will not really work out. And next one, was it a penalty? I think it was. It was a soft one, but to be honest, last one that had to be a penalty. But I have to say one thing before I go to the next topic. Anthony Taylor is the worst referee I've ever seen in the world. It took him 8 fouls to give Bournemouth 1 yellow card. And for Chelsea, he was giving yellow card after yellow card after yellow card. And Premier League have given him our 4 matches already. 2 have been given to Anthony Taylor. I'm out of words. I'm really out of words how he's getting Chelsea matches. But now leave that aside. We've won the game and the job is done. Now let's go to the other slide, people. Please watching, do like, subscribe because guys, the support means a lot. And the biggest thing, comment or opinion in the live chat because it really, really means a lot. Sensational debut. Like that's the debut really want because see, we know this guy has been hounded by the media. I'm not fully defending him. Yes, he could have done better at his previous club, Manchester United. So I'm not taking that away. But there's a fresh start for him now. Time to prove himself. And I've always known how talented this man is. And I've wanted him with Chelsea earlier. He's come to Chelsea now and he's a very good footballer. Now he works in a different style of play, and our style of play with the way we play is going to work to perfection for this man. He is absolutely fantastic player on the field with the ball. He's a really good player. He keeps the ball nicely. He can keep the ball away even for 3 or 4 players get past him, and he's the intelligence to make the right passes. He made a really good pass to Cucurella, but Cucurella, when he should have been shooting in the net, he tried to cross it. Otherwise, it could have been first assist for Sancho already. He made a very good pass to Nkunku. He sensed it and straight away passed him. That is really, really important. Sensational debut, a really good footballer who's going to work in the style. And when anyone see, I'm just giving you advice. When you listen to punditry on Chelsea, Chelsea don't know what they're doing. Chelsea, like they don't make signings with understanding. Just laugh it off. Chelsea know what they're doing. Sancho was signed because he suits the system. And this is why I'm so happy with the signing of Jadon Sancho because he fits like a glove in the Enzo Maresca system and is going to work out really perfect. So I'm really happy, guys. Do let me know in the comments and I can subscribe because for me, he was sensational today. Absolutely out of this world and a really, really good performance by him. And I was so happy with him. And I think it's more going to come from him because that was really good. He might not be your Philly goal scorer, but this man is going to bring so much good out of the other players in the team. And I'm so happy with Jadon Sancho. That was a sensational debut. But also the big credit has to go to the manager because manager found the right opportunity to bring him in and the manager made the right substitution at the right time. So sensational debut. And guys, let's go to the other slide because we have so many topics to discuss because there are so many players I need to talk about, especially Robert Sanchez as well and Nkunku as well. And now let's go to Sanchez. See, from myself as well, Sanchez gets a lot of criticism and rightfully so. I still believe Chelsea should have got a top goalkeeper and all the blah, blah, blah. Right now, I don't want to talk about it, but you can understand. And see, today again, I have to say Sanchez sweeping work was not good, and that is something he needs to improve upon because that is his quality. He's a good sweeper keeper, and his sweeping work was not good. But overall, the main part of the goalkeeper in the team is to make saves, is to keep the ball away from going in the back of the net, and he did it to perfection. Robert Sanchez was absolutely fantastic today. His shot stopping was absolutely solid. From the first minute, Bournemouth were absolutely on us, and this man made save after save after save. And the penalty one was a crucial save because I think if the penalty went in, Bournemouth could have pammed us too by halftime. They could have absolutely pammed us. And after that penalty, Bournemouth for 2-3 minutes, they like slowed down. We got to the halftime and we got the job done. And even after that, in the 94th minute as well, Bournemouth had a shot and Sanchez made a very good save. And then they had a corner kick. They literally had a corner kick in the end where I thought, oh my God, Phil Billing, Bournemouth are going to get an equalizer. And Sanchez claimed the corner really well and did a good job. So he deserves his credit and his due. This was a really, really big performance by Robert Sanchez. And for me, he deserves his credit. He deserves his due. Yes, he still needs to improve. He still needs to do well. But this was a performance where I think all the 3 points, big credit has to go to him along with Sancho because these two players made a massive difference, especially Sanchez because he is the one who kept us in the game. Because before even Sancho came on, it easily could have been 2-0 by Bournemouth by halftime. We were that bad. So really happy with Sanchez today. Well done. Big up to him and a really good penalty save. That was a fantastic save. Yes, the penalty might not have been the best, but the judges the right and get it away. The way he claimed the corners today, his leadership at the back, I have to admire it. So well done to Robert Sanchez. People, do let me know your opinion in the comment section as well. What do you think about Robert Sanchez? And what do you think about our overall performance so far? Because that is, for me, the best Sanchez performance in a Chelsea shirt. Because that was absolutely spectacular. And that takes me to the next one to discuss now. Manager substitutions worked. And see, I was telling earlier in the video, I like this about Enzo Maresca. Enzo Maresca is a manager who is not going to wait. He's a manager who is very proactive, who makes the right changes at the right time, and it doesn't wait. Whether it works or not, this man is going to make the changes. He's going to be proactive. And if he thinks something is not working out, whoever the player he can be, the manager will substitute him out and make the right decision that is right for the team. And today we knew Pedro Neto was not having a good game. He was isolated. Chelsea needed something different in the second half, and he did not worry. He brought Neto off. He brought Sancho on. He did the same against Wolverhampton Wanderers when he brought off Mudryk and he brought on Pedro Neto for Mudryk and he changed the game. So the manager has to get the credit. He brought Tosin early in the game for Disasi because Disasi was not having a good game. So again, I like this proactiveness from the manager. I really like this proactiveness from the manager. He doesn't wait. He makes the right changes, and that's a refreshing change from the previous managers Chelsea have had who kept on waiting till 75 minutes to make the changes. So I really like this. Do you agree? Do you think substitutions were the one which changed the game today for us and on the right time? Did the manager have a big part to play in it? Let me know in the chat. For me, manager had a massive part to play with it. And I think the manager right now is trying to get the best out of Chelsea's squad and is very nearly succeeding right now for me. And Sancho was in fire mode. Good saves. Viega was good. I think Viega was fine, but it's a very good start for him. Such a young player, and it was a good match. And I love this boy, man. The way he celebrated with the crowd, you like to see it, man. This man is going to be loved by the Chelsea fans. And Felix was bullied. I think he's going to take time with Felix. See, I don't think Felix will struggle with physicality because he doesn't need to. That man is a glider. He gets away with the ball. He's a genius. He just needed to regain his confidence, and I think he's going to really get the Felix back. This man, Felix, can easily get past 3 or 4 players with the ball in his feet. He's that good. But the only thing is right now, mentality and the confidence. That's the thing we need to get out of him. Anthony Taylor should not get Chelsea game. He almost gave a look out to everyone, but he will. That's the Premier League authorities. Like they are absolutely incompetent. Like you remember, guys, when Bournemouth Chelsea had a free kick and the Bournemouth player tried to block it. Declan Rice got a yellow card for the same. Why not in this game? Why you keep on changing the goalposts in every game week? So again, that's a PG mall, and again, there's no point talking about it. They're absolutely incompetent at their job. So let's leave it and let's go to the next part to discuss now, guys. So please, guys, watching, do like and subscribe. Each support goes a long, long way in helping the channel people. And victory aside, performance for me, I don't think the performance was good enough today. Like now, let's get serious. I really don't think the performance was the standard we want to see from a side. It was not a good performance by any way. But important was to get the job done. Important was to get the victory. That was the most important part. Now, let's get dwelling into the performance very quickly, where we went wrong and what was the problem. We started first of all very passively. You can understand international break, the players were a bit tired or a bit like starting and a bit like lacking that aggression. And Bournemouth was a better side early on in the game. After that, when we tried to regain the control, rather than keeping the ball, we hoofed it, puffed it, cleared it away. The players were not keeping the ball in the feet, they were clearing it, and it was not working out. Desazia, the right back, was not working. He did not know which position to be in. He was absolutely getting done by Tavernier. So that was a massive concern. He was absolutely getting destroyed by Tavernier. And at right back, you can understand with Desazia as well. He's coming back after a long time with the injury. He hasn't had a preseason. He's still regaining his match sharpness. So he was really poor. Neto was absolutely isolated. Without Enzo Fernandez, Chelsea were not able to link the defense with attack. And poor decision making, poor passing. And again, Palmer, Madueke, Neto, all were isolated, and Bournemouth were winning the ball, and they were going on a sloppy passes and attacking in very good pace and could easily have scored 2 or 3. Sanchez saved us, saved a penalty, and we got away with it. In the second half, when Sancho came in for Neto, we started regaining the ball a bit more, but again, we were still making poor decisions. Again, we were defensively a bit open, but once Dawson came in, we looked more solid. Fofana really was poor in the first half for giving the penalty away. He was really good in the game, but that one moment was an awful one for Fofana. But in the second half, going on the right back, Fofana looked much solid as well. Toss in Colville. Colville was really, really good in this game. And Sancho coming on and Nkunku combining, we got the job done. So in the second half, in the last 20 minutes, I think we played the best part of football. I think if people remember, I don't know, was it 55th minute or 50th? Chelsea had a very good build-up play with Sally. We made a bad decision and the ball went for a goal kick, but that was a really good build-up. But overall, in the second half, I will say for the last 20 25 minutes, we play the football we want to play regularly, control football, defensively solid, not giving opposition much of the ball. So that was much better to see. So, guys, do let me know where do you think in this game where the problem was so we can improve upon? For me, victory aside, the performance, the standard performance was not at the level we really wanted to be. So that's my opinion on that, people. And let's quickly go to the next part to discuss, people. Please watching, do like, subscribe. And I think again we have a lot to discuss, a lot of stuff and player ratings to go as well. So a lot of work has to be done in the video now. And Nicholas Jackson. See, everybody on this channel who is subscribed and like knows how much I love Nicholas Jackson. For me, this is one of the most underrated striker in the league. Good with the ball on his feet, physically good, always finds himself in the right opportunity. He just misses the clinical edge. And another problem with Jackson is the biggest problem is I never see him like try to put the power on his shot. It's always about placement and putting it nicely. That's not good. That's like Kai Havertz, like we used to see as Chelsea fans with Havertz, and we used to be frustrated. Like sometimes, man, you can blast the ball. You can try to put the power on the shot, and Jackson never does that. And again, I've always said about Jackson, I think this is a player that could easily be a 15 goal, 15 assist player, 10 goal, 20 assist player. But I just don't think he will be a prolific enough player, at least for now. That's going to give it 20, 25 goals a season. This is why I wanted a different profile to be available on the bench. So if we are not able to get the goal, we can change it. But overall, that's not happened. But overall, I still love this man and he just needs to be clinical. Now, that's the difference between him and Nkunku. He's a better striker in terms of link up play and everything than Nkunku, but Nkunku is a better finisher. And this is why Chelsea are struggling to find the balance. I think we cannot drop Jackson because Jackson is the most important player in a link up play and is a better striker than Nkunku in terms of link up. But Nkunku is by far a better finisher. So again, that's where Chelsea has struck in, and that is something that Enzo Maresca will need to look and solve. We just need to finish chances. Always will create chances. Victor Gokras, Osimhen. I think Gokras was going to be very expensive. I think Osimhen now. I don't normally come to January. Being very honest, bro, I really don't normally come to January now. There's a possibility, but again, it depends on Chelsea. If they try to even find another deal, will they go back for Duran? But now I think Duran is going to be very expensive. Even after the goals he has scored, that man could cost even 60 million right now with the money and the goals he has scored. That was happening in Premier League. When you do well and score some goals, your price really goes up, and that was happens in Premier League football. And let's quickly go to the next slide to discuss, and that is Caicedo. I think again, Caicedo got a lot of criticism out of the Wolves game. He was poor in that game. He did not do really, really well in the game. We all know that. He was really, really poor in that game, in the Wolves game. But I think in this game, he was absolutely solid. He was really, really good in this game. And I think Caicedo, this was another very, very good performance. Yes, in some of the passing, it was sloppy. Yes, in the number 6 role, I still don't believe there's a Caicedo role. because I don't believe he's a natural DM. And sometimes in that position, Caicedo loses the ball a lot, and that translates to a counter attack for the opposition. But Caicedo is still a really, really top player who is in the right position, who helps Chelsea take the ball forward. And this is a player who is good with the ball on his feet, but Chelsea don't give him a chance to be. Again, Caicedo was really good. Some of the very important tackles, some interceptions. And I think now from the previous two games, again, we are seeing the Caicedo that we saw in the last some 4 5 months under Pochettino. Really good performance again. But I still believe he cannot work in the lone six role. And again, right now it was an emergency, but in the future, once Enzo is back, Lavia is back, I think Caicedo best position will be to play in either the Enzo position or on the right midfield. But that's not to be number six. Lavia is still a natural number six, and that's the player who can work in that particular position. Caicedo for me was good today, and he handled really it well with Viega, who was a young player. But as the game went on, I think Viega really, really grew into the game for me, people. Hopefully, you agree with that. And now going on to Colville and see, I've always said, and I will say again on this channel, that I love Levi Colville to my bits because he is one of, if not the best defender we've got, and one of the most talented players we've got in the squad. This is a really, really good defender, a good player with the ball on his feet, and I really, really like Levi Colville. He doesn't get enough credit, he doesn't get enough views, but I think Levi Colville is an absolutely fantastic player. And again, in the recent matches with more stability, playing more matches regularly now, and having an understanding with Fofana, Colville has been really, really good. Today, he was far better than Fofana. He made some really important blocks, and he was really good. He showed and quality of a leadership. And I think today, Louis Colville was really, really good today and deserves his credit. I think Fofana was average today, made a blunder. Disasi was not really good. Cucurella was average. I think Levy Colville defensively was absolutely solid and had a big part to play for us to keep that lead and get away with the 3 points. And as the last game went, Colville has season has gone on, has improved in the performances. He's really good in the ball playing, and along with that, defensively, he has looked really, really good. And again, I keep on saying this man is a very talented player. We just had to give him time, and he's showing that he's a very, very talented player. And I think he had another very, very solid game. And that takes me to the next one. I think Tossin was really good. We know Tossin came on a substitute because Disasi on the right back was not working out. He was getting cooked by Tavernier. That was putting more pressure on Fofana and Colville, and Chelsea were really struggling. Once Tossin came in, Fofana went to the right back. Chelsea suddenly looked defensively solid. We weren't conceding so many transition attack. We still looked defensively better. And I think as the match went on, Tossin made some really, really important interceptions and tackles. And I think again, good game by Tosin Adarbayo. He was really, really good. And again, he's a good player. I keep on saying he's a very, very good player. He's a player who gets his job done. And again, a player who is fine with the ball in his feet, defensively solid, and a good player overall. And he came on today. He was really, really good. He made some good passes. He was defensively solid. He made some very important tackle interceptions. So I think Tosin was really, really good today for me, people. And I think another player that the manager brought on from the bench, and he made a very big impact. And congratulations, as running on a team, if you can start some. Thank you so much, bro. Big up. I think for Chelsea, it's more about starting the momentum, bro. Like we have won the match today, but we need to start and win another match, my bro. We need to go there. We need to beat West Ham. That's going to be a very tough fixture to go there and get the victory. After that, it's Nottingham Forest. We're beating Liverpool, so it's not going to be easy. Southampton, and then it's going to be Liverpool at Anfield. So I think we can try to do that. We need to get the 3 victories, and then we can carry the momentum towards Anfield. And I believe we can do that for me. We really can. And a conference league will start as well in some time. So that's going to be important. We also have a Carabao Cup gaming against Barrow in the next week. So that's going to be a good one as well. Let's see which players get chances. And let's go to the next one. People who are watching, please do like, subscribe, or each support goes a really, really long way in helping the channel, people. And let me know your opinion in the live chat. And now going on to the next one, that's Chelsea player rating. So we have a lot of player rating to do, the substitutes, the goalkeeper, and the man of the match. So people participate and let me know your player rating in the comment section because it really means a lot for me to know your player rating and your opinion, people. So let's quickly get into it and let's start with the first one. Robert Sanchez for me has to be a 9. He was the match saver today. Like I easily could have gone there and given him an 8, but why I've given him a 9? He was a match saver. The penalty save was a massive one and played a massive part to save us from the defeat in this game. He made some really important saves. He was really good with the corner kick claiming as well today. He defended the set pieces really well. And yes, his sweeping work might not be at the level you need. Yes, we still need a better goalkeeper and that all thing. But today, Sanchez was a hero and he showed I deserve to be given chances. And today, He went there, he saved the team, made a very important penalty save. So well done to Sanchez, and hopefully continues this because that was good by Robert Sanchez. Now let's quickly get into Excel Disasi. And with Excel Disasi, I think people we need to give it time. First of all, Excel Disasi is not a right back, a makeshift position, and he will not do well here at the right side. So I have that sympathy for him. On the other hand, with Excel Disasi people, let's be brutally honest. He's coming back after an injury as well. The match sharpness is not there. The match fitness is not there. So again, we have to give him time. He was poor. He was done better in 2-3 occasions. He could have done better. But again, we have to give him time. And he's not a player that's going to start matches for us. It's going to be Livy Colville Fofana and James Augusto and with Cucurella on the left. So I think again, Disasi, I have to understand, give him time. He's just come back after injury. So I give him a 4. But yes, it was a really poor game from him and he has to do better because defensively, I still think he's a solid player. And to make the mistakes he made today, it could have easily been punished on some other day against a quality opposition. And now let's go to quickly the next player to rate, and that's Wesley Fofana. I think Fofana had a very good game against Crystal Palace. I think in the first half he was fine for Chelsea, but in the second half, that blunder of the penalty he gave away, sadly, sorry, in the first half, just in the end, was a poor one. That penalty was a big Fofana mistake, and again, Fofana is himself a player that's regaining again his sharpness, playing more and more matches. He has had enough matches now, but still he will need more time. But I still believe our best defenders are Fofana and Colville. So still we have to play Fofana. But yes, Fofana can do better, and hopefully he does better. He's a very good defender, and slowly but surely we're seeing the signs of Fofana coming back to the player we know. But again, that's going to take time. And again, today he should have done better. He made some mistake, and hopefully in the next game he rectifies those mistakes and really improves upon. And now going on to the next one, Livy Colville, absolutely solid. Livy Colville was absolutely fantastic today. He was superb today, Livy Colville, and he was like a true leader. He was like a true captain there, playing his best for the team, doing his best for the team. And Livy Colville was absolutely fantastic. And this is why for me, I've given him a 7. Really solid performance of Livy Colville today. Really good defensively solid, made some very, very important blocks. And Livy Colville was outstanding today for me. Do you agree? Let me know in the comments, people. And that brings me to Marco Cucurella. I think he did a fine job in this match defensively. Attackingly, again, he couldn't better on some other occasions, but yes, again, sometimes he was just too rash. So I've gone with the 6 for Cucurella. Do you agree? Let me know in the comments and do like and subscribe. And that takes me to Moses Caicedo, and I give him a 7. I still believe with some of his passing was a bit sloppy. He lost the ball a lot, but again, Caicedo was really important for us defensively. He won a lot of tackles, and again, this was another good from my Moses Caicedo after the last game. He had a big mistake against Wolves, but I think after that, he's recovered really well, and I think that was a very, very important performance from him. And let me know in the comments, and guys, please let me know your player rating for the player and your man of the match today. And quickly going on to the next one to discuss, and that is going on now to Vega. I think Vega had a fine game for the youngster. It was his first proper full start for Chelsea in terms of Premier League in a centre midfield position, and I think he did a good job today. As the game grew on, he went better. Yes, he was sloppy in the first half, but as the match went on, he got better. He celebrated with the fans with a lot of passion with the goal, and these are the type of players that get the fans on the feet and get become a fan favorite. And I see the talent in this guy. I made a video about him, player profile. I see the talent in him. It's another good scouted signing, and hopefully he makes it here because he's a good player. And again today, as the game went on, he got better. This was not a natural position, but he did well there. And I'm happy with Renato Viga. He's still a young player. There's going to be immaturity, and as he grows on, he's really, really going to improve upon it. And now coming on to Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer was not bad. He was still fine, but for his standard, it was not a good game. And that's how high Cole Palmer is right now in the world. He's a top class footballer, top class player. And today he was not that bad. He did find 2 or 3 really good openings, but again, for his standard, he was not that good. So that's for me on Cole Palmer. Neto was poor, but again, I have a lot of sympathy for Pedro Neto. He's absolutely isolated. So I think that is something we need to have in mind. So again, for me, I will keep on saying to Chelsea fans, give Neto the time and be patient with him. And coming on Noni Madueke, I think Madueke, he looked bright in some aspect. He looked good with some of his moves. But again, the final part was not there today. The decision making was not there. And again, I think Madueke tried his best. But the whole Chelsea attack The whole Chelsea team was not really playing well today, and this is why he was not getting the ball in the right opportunities to do something with it. So I think that is a bit of something we need to have in mind. I think Madueke had a fine game, not great, but not bad. But by if whole Chelsea team is playing bad, the passing from the whole team is absolutely off, then all the players are going to struggle, and that's what's happened with Only Madueke as well today. And that brings me to Nico Jackson. Again, a fine game, good link up play, looked good, but again, could not put his chances away. And that's the problem with Nicholas Jackson. And that's it. And I keep on saying I don't know will he improve it, but hopefully it does. And again, because Nkunku is a good finisher, but Nkunku is not a proper striker. So that's where we are struck. But again, happy with Jackson performance, but not happy with his finishing again or decision making today. And Sancho came on, sensational debut. A rating of 8, an absolutely sensational debut for Jadon Sancho. He looked really good, right on the ball, kept the ball really well, and a fine performance. That takes me to Nkunku, came on the pitch, scored a big goal, and again, he's very clinical. He might not be a proper link up player in terms of a Jackson or a striker movement or a striker, like understanding his role, but this man is a very clinical finisher in front of box. So again, it's going to be really interesting what the manager does in the future. Will he keep playing Jackson? Will he try for Nkunku? Because I don't see Nkunku fit in any other position, bar a striker or the Enzo Fernandez LCM role. But the Enzo Fernandez for me cannot be dropped. And I just think that Nkunku might be the one he might need to try as a striker in some games. And that's the reality. Big goal by Christopher Nkunku. But again, I don't believe he has good striker as Jackson, but he's a better finisher than Jackson. And again, that's the problem Chelsea have got right now. And Felix came on. I think Felix was just fine, acceptable six. Look good in some patches, but again, look bullied in some other aspect. So again, with this player, it's all about confidence and regaining his confidence in himself. And last but not least, his Tosin Adarbayo came on the pitch and made a very big impact. Came on the pitch and made a very big impact. So guys, I'm absolutely sleepy right now. Nearly 4 o'clock in place. But I think a big win today. Not a great performance. Might not be the best result we wanted, but we got the job done. We got the win. We've got 7 points from our 4 games. And overall, Tosin was really good when he came on. Sanchez showed his ability. And Kuku got the goal. So these are really good signs for us. People, please will watch after this. Let me know your player rating, your comments, everything. It really means a lot. Thank you. Wishing you all the best. Thank you. Thank you, Abhishek Bhai. And people do subscribe to this channel. And thank you, everyone. Each subscribe like goes a long way in helping the channel. And up the mighty Chels. A massive victory today. Up the Chels. Thank you. Wishing you the best.